In IELTS reading, sometimes you have a picture or a map or a plan, and you have to fill in some of the parts of that diagram, map, or plan, and we call that diagram label completion. Let's work on it. Now, this is one option of this type of question. So we have our text over here, and then we have the questions with our diagram here. Now, the instructions tell me label the pyramid below using no more than 2 words from the text. So I have to take those words directly from the text and put them onto my diagram. That's one option. The other one could look like this, where you have a box of vocabulary and the instructions tell you to label the pyramid using the words from the box. So these can sometimes come from the text, and often they are synonyms for words in the text. Today, we're going to do the one where you have to take the words from the text. Before we start, here are some tips. Firstly, the questions are not always in order. So it's possible that question 3 comes first and then question 1 and so on. The target words or the answers, as always, they're usually nouns or adjectives. In this case, the word or words you use must come directly from the text. Don't change anything and be very careful of your spelling, because wrong spelling means wrong answer. Computer delivered people, you will write your answers directly into the gap here. And paper delivered, you will write your answer onto your answer sheet. So next to number 1, you'll write whatever the word or words are. Method and practice. This method should be pretty familiar by now. Check the instructions first. Just make sure you know where to get the words from. Make sure you know the word limit. Then read the questions. In this case, look at the diagram really carefully and identify keywords on it. Then, as always, go to the text scan to find the right position. Once you've got it, slow down, read carefully. Finally, choose your answer, write it into the gap. So our instructions tell us to label the pyramid with no more than 2 words. 1 word or 2 words are fine, and they should come from the text. Step 2, we read the questions and identify keywords. For this one, you want to look at the diagram, think about what's there already, and then what's missing. So we've got how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts to this pyramid. The top is self-actualization, esteem needs, belongingness needs, safety needs, physiological needs, and part of it here, so the top part is labeled as secondary needs. Okay, so then we're missing this here, number 1. This is the first 4 bits of the pyramid, not secondary. So I'm already thinking maybe it's primary needs, possibly. Over on the other side, it's divided further. So this is the bottom 4. Question 3 is the bottom 2, the physiological needs, the safety needs. What do we call those? And then belongingness needs, esteem needs, they have a special term as well. From here, we go to the text and we're scanning for the relevant section. Imagine that this was a really long text, like 800, 900 words. And this particular part, this pyramid, probably comes from just 1, in this case, 2 paragraphs. So you would be scanning through all of that text, looking for things like esteem, self-actualization, belongingness, words that are already there. You're just looking for them in the text. When you find them, like this, esteem, belongingness, safety, physiological, secondary, then we go to step 4, slow down, read carefully. Okay, so let's do it together. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory in psychology often portrayed in the shape of a pyramid which is divided into 5 levels. Here it is. The foundational 4 levels, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the foundation, contain what Maslow called deficiency needs, which include esteem, here, belongingness, safety, and physiological needs. Maslow's theory suggests that these needs must be met before the individual will strongly desire or focus motivation upon the secondary needs, here. Maslow also coined the term meta-motivation to describe the motivation of people who seek this. Okay, so this last line here is not really relevant, but here is relevant. The foundational 4 levels contain what Maslow called deficiency needs, and they include 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, number 1, which contains all 4, what's the answer? Deficiency needs. So there's no other possible answer that could fit here to describe all 4 foundational needs. Your turn now, questions 2 and 3, and you have 3 minutes to do them. And let's go through the answers. So I've highlighted here the next chunk of text. Deficiency needs are further categorized into basic and psychological needs. So we're still talking about these bottom 4 here. At the very base of the pyramid, that means the bottom at the very base. At the very base of the pyramid, Maslow places our physiological needs, which encompass our desire to seek nourishment, shelter, and repose. The other half of the basic needs constitute our safety needs, that's here, which make us crave a sense of security. So these 2 here, what label could we give them? It's in this red section here, basic needs. Remember I mentioned before that the questions are not always in order. So you'll notice we've gone from question 1 to question 3, and the final one is question 2 here. Once these basic needs are fulfilled, our focus turns towards psychological needs, which are made up of the need for belongingness and our esteem needs. So esteem and belongingness make up what kind of needs? Psychological needs. So that's the answer for number 2. Now that you know how it works, go ahead and do the practice activities.